Hey guys, it's Tartan coming at you again with another game of hardcore Minecraft. And today we're just going to feed some wheat to the waiting cows. We're going to hit a bunch of melons and pumpkins and just a bunch of normal behavior if you've been watching. Don't expect anything cool. Of course, I might just go off the rails entirely. One can never be sure. But the plan is just to finish up the enchanting table. And along the way, just do a little bit more trading, just hang out, have a nice, calm little thing. This song has rainy sounds in it, which is excellent. Of course, there's no rain in the game right now. That's the one risk I run with the music, is getting sounds that, muddy what I am learning from the environment. But if I die for art, that's okay. There are worse reasons to go. And I certainly won't hold it against a song if that's what puts me into the grave. That'll be something easy for me to accept. Starting this one out a little dark. It's all figurative, obviously. But I can say that this guy needs a job. And this field is a weird place for a librarian, but perhaps you want to write a book. Alright, what you got, buddy? Nope. What do you say? Smite 4, no. Alright, so we're not going to do this the whole time, but I'm going to do it a few times, just as we go around. Impaling 2. Haven't seen that one ever before, but we're just going for mending. Mending's the only thing that matters, but I'm only going to cycle these, I don't know, a couple handfuls of times, and then I'm just going to get back to work. And then we'll do it again later. I just don't want to... Yeah. Alright, so that's all that we're going to do with the lectern right there. A couple handfuls of tries, no mending book. I do not know how many enchantments there are. Whenever I started doing it for mine, it would have, I would have put down like 10 enchanting tables beforehand, and then I re-rolled a bunch. So for my survival world. But I'm confident that with just a little bit of care, we'll be able to get a mending librarian. However, I didn't want to focus only on that. So we'll just do the normal thing. Make melons between the melons and the pumpkins, either cap out or come close to capping out both trades. End up with a huge chunk of experience, and yeah, so feeling good. We've still, of course, got all of our axes. Just so many axes, dozens of axes. It's fine. It would be better if I had, like, a more efficient way of dealing with that stuff. I don't... we'll use the random wood assortment for a building, perhaps, and then change it in the long run. I have what I would call an obnoxious personality, so I'll sometimes be really meticulous in how I plan something, but then, oh, okay, all of those sounds, I thought I was just hallucinating them, but I'm relieved to know that it was merely what the song decided to throw in there. I was thinking, just don't worry about it, and I bet it'll be over soon, and I was right. Uh, 'Cause, I actually kind of thought that my brother was talking outside, and I was just hearing it. And the good news is that plenty of cows means plenty of happiness. Okay, I just need to move away from the shield. The shield, because it'll block if it determines that's what's supposed to be going on, then if you don't have, like, in that exact instant, the cow in front of you, then you'll just default to blocking, which is not what you want. But after a great long time, it looks like we're finally getting pretty close to having a clear field. There's one, two. So there's a couple logs holding all of that up. And trees are nice, you know, for the aesthetics. I feel like I say this all the time, but you know, you don't really need them around in the game, unless you want them to be there for the way they look. So certainly around farms, or around like the outskirts of villages, if you're concerned with staying alive, as I am. I mean, vaguely. Obviously, I make some of like the absolute worst and most careless choices while I'm playing Minecraft. So you'd be correct to wonder if I even realized that the stakes were what they are. But I do. I just don't want, you know, you don't want fear to entirely rule you. You just want it to have a proper hold. But we're so close to achieving what I would call like the first long-term thing, because we're already like half diamond age, and once we get like proper tools and enchanted gear, then we're like, I mean, that's like the whole game as far as I know. After that, it's all just like making good choices. You know, acquiring tons of things, getting in adventures, that sort of stuff, which is great. I mean, obviously there's like the actual beating the game, but it's not really on the list. I say obviously. I feel like I use that word like Dostoevsky uses suddenly, where I just pepper it in, where it really means I'm about to say something, and this is my my word that I'm going to say before I say that something. But, you know, sometimes it feels appropriate, and other times it's just a thing that I throw in, you know, to fill up time. Like right there, my penchant for saying a particular word where it may or may not have been called for allowed me to get 7 or even 8 seconds in a row of talking about it. It was probably longer. Who can even tell time? Not me. I will say that finally, with my field having its improvement, I'm out of inventory space. That wasn't where I was going to start the sentence, but it's where I ended it up. And I was thinking it could be a thunderstorm, but I don't think it is any longer. I just think the villagers are hanging out. Because in the rain, I don't think they go to bed, like, immediately. And anyway, you know, you would hear the thunder, obviously, if it were a thunderstorm. But the clouds also get significantly darker, or at least it seems so to me. I don't actually know if villagers eat apples. That would be a thing to check out. We are going to let them go to bed. We're just going to do a couple more trades before night falls. So now I got, what was that, 88 emeralds? Something like that. Which is going to be enough, hopefully, for... You know, we'll still need the time. No, we can't stay there. Come on, get out of the rain. Poor creature. Here, yeah. Curl up under the nice warm cherry tree. We'll see you tomorrow. We'll just run home to Garuda and Belladonna here. We got any drown to fight? Oh, right. I hadn't changed the toggle on sneak. My mangrove tree did grow, so that is very exciting. You know, in retrospect, I shouldn't have been trying to grow a really cool one in the first place because, well, I really just need to grow more of them. But mangroves are weird. You don't get the saplings from cutting down. Right? Well, they're not weird. They are what they are. But you don't get the saplings from cutting down their leaves or causing them to fall to earth. They have their little propagules, and that's really what you need. Do I have any salmon? It's been a lot of days since salmon, I'm sure Bella is noting. And I don't know what the parrots eat once you tame them, but it's not terribly important. He doesn't appear to be that hungry. And anyway, you know, he's a bird, so whenever he's flying around with me, I'm sure he's doing fine for himself. So, things to do. We are going to grab whatever potatoes and like wheat and such we have, and we're just gonna throw all of them at the villagers here on this day. Oh, we had 8 leather in there all along, so that's pretty good. You know, we could have included that in the list of our resources in the first place. And then the 15 books that I totally forgot about having in here. So basically, it looks like I had almost enough for everything all along. But due to a problem in the filing cabinets, I was unaware. All right, so that's 8 more. I don't think that's quite enough to cap. Somebody said 20, and that sounds like the number. In the last video, I was sort of theorizing that maybe it was just 15, but 20 sounds more reasonable because... Yeah. I was going to say 20 sounds more reasonable because the bottom one is 3 times the level of the surrounding levels, so if it was just 15, then it would have gone to, yeah. Or maybe this is enough, but I don't think so. Can I enchant books? Okay, apparently you can enchant books. So that's actually pretty interesting. We're not gonna... So, okay, implications. Rather than having to, like, waste an iron axe and run around, even though efficiency 3 is fine. I mean, that's totally fine, but... So, you get certain things... I can't even enchant the boots right now. I'd have to burn it off, right? Well, I need to just chill on it and keep on with the plan. But now I know that we're actually much closer much closer with, like, that was 16 books I had laying around. So we're going to be able to run down there and basically just cull the herd a little bit and have everything that we need for this table. That means we're going to want to run to the armor smith to get a couple more things. Because we're going to be able to enchant several pieces here. And that is very exciting indeed. You can tell I'm excited by the way that I jump around. Oh yeah, see, now with all of these trees out of the way, finally we can just look at the farmer and see if he's at work or not. Obviously he is a very busy man, and we don't want to bother him. I'm not entirely sure why that slowdown was happening. I think it had something to do with, like, trying to clip into the fencing, but we're going to go in here and just try to hit all of the cows real quick because, well, we're about to bash all the adults on the head. You can do, there are the various items you have access to. Now, an axe doesn't do the AoE attack, which is less efficient for time sometimes, but if you want to avoid killing the calves, and you do, for one thing, they don't drop any items, and for another, like, just wait a little bit. What are you, a monster? You can't wait 10 minutes to bash them on the head? And this is going to get us, a ton of food and a bunch of leather. So whenever we finish up this little, like, segment of gameplay, we're going to be able to have, hopefully, almost top tier armor. We should even have, like, feather falling on boots eventually. But I think I might be getting too ahead of myself, because to really get far, we're going to have to bash items together, and I think that takes, like, a lot more experience than I'm anticipating. Because in my Survivor world, I always had just, like, absolute tons, because I had a chicken farm set up with, like, thousands of them. But I, of course, can do that. And the trades I'm doing here are pretty good in general. So 12 more books. That's just paper restricted, and I think I had some paper in one of the other chests. So we're just going to run up and, well, no, don't need to finish it yet, because I don't actually have any items that I want to enchant. I'll need to make another grindstone, or yeah, I don't want to take his, but we'll just need to get another one. Here we go. The armor smith is gazing down from atop of the wall, wondering why things are the way they are. And, we don't really have an answer for him. We're going to buy a pair of these boots. And we're going to buy a chest plate just because the chest isn't that good. And then, I guess, yeah, we'll go for another helmet, because the pants are the best piece we have, and so they're the least important piece to improve. There's one more enchantment on the helm for water breathing that we are searching for. And then for the boots, there's the water walking and then feather falling. And we want both of those mods. So we're just going to run over here and take our tons of emeralds. Burn off the boots. And I will keep the Aqua Affinity on one helmet. I don't know if I should... Yeah, we're going to we're gonna burn off all of this stuff. We've got the anvil in the house to get everything else in, and yeah, so that'll be plenty of experience and lapis used up for that. The lapis is not a problem. We can always get more of that with emeralds. But we'll see how these rolls are going to go. A couple extra books is, like, totally good. I think we've got enough for a max level 1 now. But we'll see. So it's going to be very, very exciting whenever I have, like, proper prot 4 on all the armor. Just a huge boost to survivability. And then, of course, I will have to make good choices so that I don't waste all of what I have got. And I think this is, yeah, that should be just enough to complete here. Show me, you know, maybe it was already as good as it could have been earlier, and this is excessive, but you know, this is like very aesthetically pleasing to me, so I regret nothing. I almost hit it. I would have regretted that. All right, so for the inaugural thing, if we put on the boots, oh, we got to get lapis real quick. And I need a grindstone up here so I don't have to keep running back constantly. So I just need to remember how to get one of those, which is stone slabs, right? And okay, I was going to say I probably don't even have stone, but do I have stone slabs sitting around in some chest somewhere? That sounds like something I would do, but I don't think I must have already used them. Okay. And fortunately, I had all of the other pieces we needed for those grindstone pieces just right on me, so no need to worry too much about it. Nice little seed for Garuda, and now we're just going to lay down for the night and then go over and do some proper enchanting in the morning. Wait, the lapis, the whole thing that I'm up here for. I remember. I don't need to put the emeralds up because those are something that I'm going to be right back for. I'm carrying too much junk on me again, but so much of it is like actually important, so I'm just going to make them into melons. And we'll put the raw meat and the eggs away, and that makes us slightly in a better spot. Alright. For maximum efficiency, we'll probably just put, yeah, we'll put the grindstone like right here. That's a little bit annoying, but we can't put it inside because we don't want to block anything. Can we put it up on the roof here? Yeah, excellent. Alright, so perfect. We can just do an enchant here and then grind it off right behind us. Awesome. So the inaugural enchantment. Let's go boots. Prot 3 and... Prot 3 and enchanting 3, or unbreaking 3. Now on the chest piece, we'll get unbreaking 3 and protection 3 and thorns 1, so that's pretty nice. And then for our helm, it's already giving us the thing we want most, which is respiration 3, so excellent. So now we've got, you know, the beginnings of a very, very solid set up. And we're going to be able to... We'll do the enchantments first. See if we can get... Because even Prot 3, that's fine. We'll just burn that together. And then Depth Strider 3, excellent. Awesome. One of the things that we also really needed. And then we'll just roll a flat Prot 3 on the chest piece, which is alright. And now, for the continuation... The anvil is the next step in enchanting. So just run over here. And this is probably going to burn up like all of my experience, but I don't know. Yeah, it'll be 12 to get these two together. We'll wait on that just because getting it on these things is more important. So we'll still do it at the end if we can, but yeah, so it'll take all 20 of our experience levels to get these together. That, I think, is careless, right? So what we need to do is not that. We'll just put on probably Respiration over Aqua Affinity, because Aqua Affinity, that's going to help us mine when we're underwater, but that's not a thing that we're likely to need as much as having Breath, right? And it doesn't, I don't think, make us fight any better there. And these boots are just so good. I do need Feather Falling, but if I can't get Feather Falling, then we'll get it later. So my thinking is that I'll need my high experience levels for more enchanting. And for example, like getting protection percentages onto the helmet, that's going to be like one of my next priorities for enchanting. So rather than just spending 12 of the levels there or getting one more protection level on the chest plate for 4% or whatever reduction, I think it is 4% per somebody says, but they might have been talking about just armor. Anyway, it seems better to save the experience levels, although now it's definitely a strong focus in my mind is how are we going to get more experience? The Lapis is fine. We don't need to worry about that. The Emeralds are fine. Everything's good, and the enchantment table works perfectly. We've got now 7 more levels of protection than we had before, so it was Prot 3 on the legs, and now with this... No, there's Prot 1 on the chest, but still, 6 levels, so... A dramatic increase in power, and we've got really, really fast water movement now, which is just where we need to be. But rather than end the video right now, I'm going to just chatter on a little bit. I need to save a kitten from a tree. Oh yeah, did you see how swift I was? This is pod racing. This is good stuff. I remembered my promise to old Belladonna. I need to get her some delicious fish. She's hungry now. She has been killing various pests, but she wants delicious foods. And I should go to first person, because man, am I really doing a bad job at hitting them. But, you know why it doesn't matter? Because I'm fast, and I also, with Respiration 3, can basically just hang out underwater. It goes from an amount of time, which I won't try to quantify because I don't know it, but into one where it's just like, the breath is hilariously long. So now, all the sort of underwater exploration that I want to do is going to become a lot simpler. And I'm tempted to go back to that weird underwater stone place that we found on the way home, but the way home from meeting the strange merchant. But I'm just captivated by hitting these salmon. Alright, so plenty of salmon. Time to go feed Bella some fish. And finally having the Depth Strider, which I call like water walking sometimes in my head, even though that's a totally different concept. And of course, more seeds for Garuda. Always more seeds for Garuda. He's a hungry old boy. But now time to save a kitten from a tree. Please, sir, let me invite you to come to safety. He's got some things I don't care about, and so we will have him on his way. You know, you'd think he'd give us a discount. He was in a real bind before we showed up to help him. And of course, engaging in commerce. Of course, I'm always tacking those things on when it's not apparent. But engaging in commerce does give you experience, but it's not like as much as you would want it to be. It's painfully gradual. It feels terribly fair. And this farmer is just like the key to all of the good things in my life. We're going to get one more helmet because that is the... Well, we need to get more experience, but... With this much more experience to get... Yeah, we might as well just get it. To have it on us? No, I don't know if that's right. Because we could just buy another Aqua Affinity helmet, so we can just burn that enchant off, making it less efficient to buy. Because I do still need to get my Toolsmith leveled up wherever he is. Which that is the one with the goggles. No, that's Armorsmith. The Toolsmith is the one with the little hammer in the small of his back, as if he's like concealing it, like an awesome little ninja. Right here. And we're just gonna buy all of these, even though it's super obnoxious. And we get a tiny amount of experience, and then I'm going to throw all of these down here, because I don't care. And if I put them into a chest, then I'll have to see them every time I ever go by that chest again. And if that doesn't sound like it's something I should be worried about, oh, I assure you that it is. And we're just going to throw all of the bread and potatoes at them. They really go dizzy for some bread and potatoes. And the cows have already forgotten the trauma of their past. They're growing up. Everything is fine for them. And I could try to cycle a couple more mending attempts, because I just need a librarian of mending. And that's really just for my comfort. My stuff right now is the diamond armor, and I'm not worried about it breaking down. I don't get into that many combats. It's not like a huge priority for me, but whenever I start getting the diamond tools, I'm very much going to need access to mending, because, well, once you get like a really great pickaxe or a really awesome sword, you don't want to have to make another one. Or like when you make a really good shovel, you can only hit a few thousand sand, and it'll churn through sand when you get a really, really good shovel. But one of the things that we'll also need is a lot of emeralds. Because once we get access to the mending librarian, we'll, have to be able to buy all of them. Which is going to be a couple hundred, a few hundred. I don't know exactly what the price is going to be, but it's not going to be like a casual small amount. This pumpkin field is awesome. It's out of control. And that master farmer has got to be like the best investment you can make. I don't know. There's definitely a better way to do this. There's no way that I just like happened immediately on, well, immediately, I shouldn't say immediately, after a few hundred hours happened upon the best way to get emeralds out of villagers. There's got to be a faster way, but this way seems pretty good. Give Garuda and Bella their treats, and lay down again for the night. So with just the amount of like eggs I've got laying around in places, I've got to have, you know, like a couple dozen. That's definitely enough to start a chicken farm. I might just build one of those in the next video. And if that is the case, then that means I should end this one by setting up the auto smelter for operation and cleaning up my inventory a little bit. So that's what I'll do. Because one of the things that I'm going to need is charcoal. And this is like, what am I even doing? We're just gonna throw in a bunch of planks here. I need to just bite the bullet and make a hopper for the side so I can start putting in this trash. Because I now know that I definitely have enough. Do I have any wood on me? No, because it's all in the thing. And now we're just gonna grab like the random wooden trash that we've got around. Not the cherry doors, obviously not the cherry doors. But all of the random assortments of junk that we've got, you know, just 10 or 12 of. Not the dark oak, obviously not the dark oak. I mean, we're gonna need that someday. The slabs, I mean, clearly the slabs. We'll get rid of the slabs. And here we'll just go to the side with the hopper, and holding crouch, it'll allow us to feed it in there. And yeah, we'll just put the random junk in there, and that will fuel the amazing march of charcoal. And then, you know, we'll do all the other stuff that we got to do later. Because here, after we get all of these things set up, well, we're going to go exploring. But I do need to get more stone made. Various reasons. One of the biggest ones is that you've got to have stone for the redstone repeaters. And you've got to have redstone repeaters if you want a good chicken farm. So we're just going to keep on moving. No, I need to cook the food. That's one of the reasons I had the food on me. I remember. I said I was going to go cycle some of the mending attempts, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to finish up the inventory and chest management here. And then when we get to the next video, pretty sure we'll just make a chicken farm, such as it is. And so that'll be, you know, a recipe for pain for anyone witnessing it. No one's ever seen me make anything in Minecraft, let alone a chicken farm, and thought, wow, that guy knows what he's doing. But I occasionally can figure out how to open and close doors properly. And that's basically as good as it's going to get for me. And plenty of charcoal still. We're burning it all down, and that means it's time at last to end the video. So thank you for watching. Thanks for listening. I really hope you've enjoyed, and it may not have been much on the cinematic front, but we've been making just amazing strides when it comes to how powerful our character is. 6 levels of protection is massive. There's only 16 that are possible, 4 for each piece of armor, and so to go from 4 to 10 is it just feels very triumphant. I am going to be able to act much more careless than before, and maybe even get away with it sometimes. Of course, there's still plenty of work to do. Although we glitter, and although the cherry trees grow, and although there's nothing but happiness and peace here, the rest of the world has its problems. It's not all melons and pumpkins, and soon enough, when we're suited up entirely, we'll be going out to seek some of them. We'll be going out to explore that lush cave. We'll be going out underground places. It's gonna be scary, but I think it'll be all right. Armed with confidence and very, very blue armor, it's usually all that you gotta have. So I think that'll do it for this one. Perhaps I should use proper windows instead of blocks, but I don't always like the way they look, so rant for another day, perhaps. Anyway, that'll do it for this one. I really hope you have enjoyed.